I make a distinction between happiness and highs. And this distinction, it was pretty profound for me, because we tend to mistake highs for happiness, right? So meeting an attractive person or sleeping with an attractive person for the first time, that's a high. Making a bunch of money, that's a high. Having, winning an award or an accolade, or going to like some exotic vacation, putting it on Instagram, getting a ton of likes, like that's a high. And highs are nice. Like we all love having highs, and we do need a certain amount of highs in our life, but highs are not happiness. Happiness is actually kind of the inversion of that in a lot of ways. Happiness is oftentimes actually unpleasant. Happiness it's not the check that comes from the successful product launch. It's the work that goes into that product launch. Happiness is the satisfaction. It's not like the peak, the super romantic date. Happiness is being able to like sit at home on the couch and not say anything and be completely satisfied. Like happiness is actually often very boring. And so in my 20s, it started with women and parties, and then it kind of went to business. I wanted to grow a big successful business, and then I did that, and I made a bunch of money, and then I traveled around the world, and I lived in all these crazy exotic places, and I started to realize that like these are just highs. And the thing about highs is that the more you get, the more you need to get that same feeling, right? So if you've never left your home country before, that first trip is like life-changing. It's incredibly impactful. But if you've been to 50 countries, going to the 51st, you're just like, yeah, that flight sucked. Like, like you're complaining about the taxi driver. Like, because you need that much more to get that same hit. And so it becomes a very dangerous thing to kind of put all of your focus on these things because of that diminishing returns. It takes more and more effort to kind of achieve that same sense of satisfaction or pleasure. So I really started asking myself, like, what are the things that I'm willing to give up? What you also don't realize is that you have to give up a lot for those highs. So like, if you do want to party all the time and sleep with lots of people, you're giving up the opportunity to have a stable relationship with somebody for a long period of time. You're giving up the comfort that comes with that, or the security that comes with that. If you're traveling all the time and living all over the world, like you're giving up the stability of a community, of knowing your neighbors, of being able to see your friends consistently. Like there's all these subtle, unsexy things that you're giving up to chase the highs that you don't really realize you're giving them up until you've given them up for a long time. So I started to realize that and kind of like rethink my whole understanding of what happiness and success is in general.